I want to talk about the kind of the differences in generations. So,
God, don't get me started, man.
is this your soapbox? You're gonna get pissed.
It's you know, in my role at work, I have a lot of people under me, and I'm always trying to hire. And I don't know what generations it is. You know, the mid 20s, younger 20s. I mean, just pick somewhere, right? Even the early 30s. It's some of the stuff some of the entitlement that you see, and the things that they demand. You're not even hired yet, and you're demanding more vacation, or you're demanding this, or just name it. Oh, I need more money than that. I mean, you're unproven. Yeah. You're taking yourself. You just really put yourself on a pedestal, and that's a lot of the. And I don't like to generalize in anything, and that's kind of generalizing a generation. But I mean, if I interview 10 people, 8 of them are like that.
Yeah.
No way.
And it's just like, I just don't understand it. I guess, and this comes from, to me, it comes from the, when we played sports when we were little, you made the team or you didn't.
Yeah.
Right? You just made it or you didn't.
Yeah.
And if you didn't make the baseball team, you went to the basketball. And if you didn't make the basketball team, you went to football. You would fit somewhere. But now everyone plays. Everyone gets a ribbon. So you're not faced with the disappointment or rejection, right? And that goes over into your personal life, relationships, getting a job, not getting a job. If you're not used to facing that rejection, they just don't understand it. Like, what do you mean I can't have 4 weeks vacation? Well, no one in the company has 4 weeks vacation. I mean, what do you mean I don't get $80,000? You graduated yesterday. I mean, why would I give you something like that? And it's kind of baffling sometimes.
I can imagine.
It's you walk by someone's computer and they're watching TV while they're working. There's no way, not listening to music, watching a show or watching a baseball game when the Rangers are on or whatever. There's no way you can be productive.
Yeah.
And they just like, well, I only got one earbud in. Oh, okay, that's great, but that's not what we do here, And it's just. It's a constant. It's ridiculous stuff like that.
So is the talent pool it's dwindling? The quality is not there.
I think so, and we've got plenty of opportunity in our company for someone to come in and shine, and do very well for themselves and move up, whatever you want. But you just can't find what you're looking for, and not even setting the bar super high. It's just one of the huge things I see. And this will go to older guys too. No one likes to have a conversation, especially if it's going to be difficult. No one wants to have a difficult conversation. I'll send an email or I'll text a guy. Well, I told my boss today, I said 99% of the time a phone call fixes it.
Yeah.
I can calm a customer down. I can get something resolved. I can get paid for something we weren't going to get paid for. 99% of the time a phone call fixes it. The other 1%, you called him and it just didn't work. Okay. So that's the 1%. But no one wants to have a conversation. Everyone's worried of a conflict. And I just don't understand that. And that's just the way I'm geared.
Yeah.
And I look a certain way. This is how I look.
Yeah.
And I guess that helps me. I don't know, but I just don't understand not wanting to have that, not having that conversation. I don't understand that.
The confrontation, people, this generation being kind of afraid of that. I wonder, what do you think it is, Connor? You have any idea?
I mean, definitely our generation, I say, tries to, I don't want to say avoid conflict, but just doesn't like it. And I think it kind of plays into the hand. Like, I'm not afraid of confrontation. Like, I'll tell it how it is. And I think that kind of plays into my hand, because if someone's avoiding confrontation, and you're confrontational towards them and address it, they'll most likely just not give in, but you'll probably get your way most of the time. And I think that in the business sense, that probably helps. I know in our business, you said phone calls 99% of the time help solve the issue. We have that same thing, and a phone call is the easiest way to do it, and it's the most direct. I mean, you don't have to sit there and wait around for someone to text you back or email you back, or and frankly, you can not put them on the spot, but get the answer right away. They can't find a way to lie, find their way around it. I mean,
and it's easier to talk something out.
Yeah.
In a conversation, right? Because texts or emails can get, well, I didn't like the way you texted me. What does that mean?
Yeah.
Bro, that happens so much too.
It does. I didn't like your tone. was like, I don't know.
How'd you read it? Because
Yeah, but you can talk it out. I mean, I had to call a guy today and say, hey, this X, Y, and Z. He's like, man, I appreciate you calling me. Yeah, let's do that. Let's here we go. But over text, it was very, very abrasive. And confrontation doesn't mean, and I think that's what's misconstrued. Confrontation doesn't mean throwing blows. It doesn't mean getting physical. Not at all. It just means having a discussion and maybe an argument. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah. It's okay to argue.
Yes.
But be civil, be a professional, and don't make it personal. But you can still have a confrontation and get to a result, good or bad.
That's right. And we talk on the phone a lot with people, and you get so much more efficient. You're calling people, getting things done. But sometimes I read text, and even I catch myself too. I'm like, okay, that sounds like, is he mad at me right now? And I don't know what it is about reading just words on a screen. But I guess maybe people need to use more emojis, throw in some emojis. I do the praying hands a lot, I just want people to know I'm like coming in with good intention. But
I feel like phone calls are almost like a lost art now because everyone just would rather send a text message and be done.
That's something I noticed about you when I first met you. You called all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I talk to people on the phone all the time. Like instead of social media, you can post on someone's Facebook wall, "Happy birthday." Okay, well that's just gonna get lost in the 100 more that they have of the day. But if you call them and say, "Hey man, just thinking about you. Happy birthday. Hope it's a good one." It means more. It helps build that relationship a little bit better.
100%.
And I've got probably, it drives my wife crazy because whenever we go on road trips, I'll just sit on the phone the entire time and call one person. Okay, that conversation's done. Move on to the next one. And I mean, I can sit on the phone with someone for 45 minutes and we don't even have to talk the entire time, just kind of catch up. But yeah, I love it. It's
passes the time pretty easily in the car rides too.
Oh yeah.
Getting on the phone with someone, long drive, it's awesome. But I want to talk about kind of the phone call thing. So I've noticed the times I work from home sometimes, like if there's bad weather versus like working in the office, it's night and day. Yeah. The productivity that I have in the office, just because I'm able to actually walk across the hallway to my boss off, discuss something, or versus like if I'm at home, it's like pick up the phone. It's just like that disconnect there. Yeah. Is your office completely in office? Do you have remote workers? How does that work?
We kind of adopted when the price of fuel went real high, which we're very keen of that in construction, right? Because it affects our proposals. When the price of fuel went really, really high, it was, well, let's give something back to our employees, okay? And you have to become creative. I don't own the business, but I consider my part of the business as a business owner. You have to become creative in giving back without making it always monetary, without always giving money, because you can't always give money, right? Yeah. But you can give something. So we let each department, we'll everyone have one day a week that you work from home. You can work, and it's 1 day a week. People loved it, right? It's not a lot, but we need you in the office. There's so much training and discussion that has to happen from this department to this department and stuff like that. So 1 day a week is what we give them. But what I see is we have Zoom and chat and instant message, and I don't ever work from home unless it's something specific like today I'm going to be home because the AC guy's coming or something like that.
Yeah.
But when I have employees at home, I can open that chat and it has a little green light there next to it if you've logged on to your computer, because Zoom just automatically opens. And you can open it up and look at it, and I can see 9 o'clock. We start at 8. I can see 9 o'clock, and out of 20, 25 people, 15 are red.
Wow.
And it's just things like that. So you lose something, but you have to be willing to give that up if you're going to give something, and hope that they don't abuse it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So do you think it works out in like a positive way, having that day off?
I think it does. But again, it's a great thing when it first happens, when it's new.
Yeah.
And then as people do it, they want more. Yeah. Man, if I could just work home another day.
Yeah.
Well, you're not. If I could just do this, or why do I have to, or why can't we just all have off on Friday? Or it just always manifests into something else, and that's human nature, I think. But I think it has been a positive thing.
Okay.
Across the company, and And look, that gives you the opportunity to look when I'm home, I'm productive, but I will go let the dogs out. You know, there's these little things that you end up doing that do take away from time at work. Now I get, I think, more done from the aspect of I don't get interrupted every 5 or 2 or 5 minutes from someone coming in and saying, hey, can you help? Or can you look at this with me? I don't have that interruption. You know, it's waiting for me when I go back to the office the next time I'm in the office. But I don't get that full productivity back because you're going to do stuff. You know, I'm going to cook me a really good lunch. Like I may throw a steak down, which is going to take a little bit, you know, to prep and do. I mean, so it's a give and take, but I think it's been a positive thing.
That's funny. So one of my buddies, he doesn't do this, but he told me about this kind of technology people have where like they're working from home, right? And you said that this is a green dot means you're online. Yeah. He said there's like a thumb drive that you can purchase and it'll somehow like move your mouse around while you're not on it. It's so crazy people would even do that.
I mean, that goes back to like our generation and just how we're going to figure something out, how to not work
exactly
as much as we can. You know, it's like, and I know people who use it.
That's
the little they got, you plug it in your laptop and it's just like a little rotating deal and just moves your mouse around so it says you're active the entire time.
There was an old commercial way back in the day. I don't know what it was for, but it was guy had his door closed and his boss was walking by late and he was going to open the door, but he heard him typing. So he just goes, oh man, he's working late. And he walks off. Well, the guy had opened his window and put bird food all over his computer. And the pigeons were pecking away at it. And it was so funny. It's so fitting right now.
Yeah.